What is up? The chat in YouTube. Yeah. So after I checked the last time I went live, I think it was about 9 months ago. So it's been almost a year. Happy to be back. Hopefully this is going to be the first of several live unboxings to come. But figured I'll kind of break the streak, and who better to break it with than my good buddy
What's up? What's up? How's it going,
DC.
man? Yo, okay. Look, I think it's safe to say we all missed you a little bit too much. And
That intro, I butchered my intro. Clearly,
no,
I'm
you did it.
already a bit nervous just going live for some
Don't
reason.
be nervous. Let's have fun, man, because
Yeah,
we are here, bro, to look at what you picked up in Toronto. And that's what I'm pumped about because you've been going bananas, dude. You have like shifted gears. You've gone like you're going across provinces to pick up collections, which is
no
huge.
one's safe.
And yeah, exactly. I feel like there's no province that is safe here in Canada, and you're even willing to cross the border, which we will come terrific on. But yeah, man, I'm excited because I think I got well. It's safe to say I've already seen a glimpse of some of the stuff. I've even claimed some stuff from the collections you've purchased.
You
But
have.
it's
I actually have that book in my pile, so yeah,
yeah,
I'll
but
definitely show that.
the best part about tonight is
Mhm.
it is the first time that I recall where I get to kick back, no control of the show, and just hang out with Hyper in the chat. So that's what I'm pumped about.
I remember we were actually supposed to do this a while back, but you fell sick, so
Yeah.
this has been a long time coming, and honestly, yeah, couldn't have had a better partner to do this with, and yeah,
You
man, I'm
could have.
pumped, and just I gotta just put it out there. This collection is not recent. It's something that I picked up a few months ago, but it's been one of those situations that I haven't actually had time to sort. So most of the stuff is still there, like the good stuff, I would say.
Yeah.
So just putting it out there. But listen, as is the case with all these live chats, we gotta give
Of
a
course.
shout out to
The
people
homies.
that the people that actually support us. So the chat. So let me go from the top.
Baker.
Baker, good to be back. We're used to, yeah, yeah. Listen, there might be a bit of a channel announcement. I don't know if I'll do it tonight, but regarding that, I might have some update on that, Baker.
Hype. Yeah, go ahead. Shout out.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay. Wesley, who's at work, appreciate you tuning in, man. Regardless, and hopefully you can catch it on the rewind if you miss it. Yeah,
Yeah,
what you were saying, BC?
I was gonna say so far in the chat, I haven't seen our good buddy Nemesis, but he is here in spirit. I'm just gonna, not make it obvious that he's
I'm
here
gonna blow. Hold
in
on.
in spirit, but yes, Nemesis is here.
Should I?
No, no, it's
Oh my
okay.
God.
I
No.
think people got it. I
I'm
think
already
people got it.
losing control of how to do this. Okay, anyways. Moving on. Let's see. Listen, I was good. I was only a few minutes late, Baker. I wasn't that bad.
Pure Kingpin style.
And the thing is, I gave BC the wrong link by accident. So,
Yes, he did. And by the
but
way, whatever link you sent me, I'm concerned. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, yeah. It was a one letter typo. Instead of StreamYard, I gave you SteamYard. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
and
I don't
Jesus,
even know what SteamYard is.
guys, don't search that.
Brother Dan, who's doing his thing on the Hunt Spinetics comic book canon. This guy is pretty much
Everywhere.
all over the place. And I don't know if you're aware of this. He's actually going to be a speaker at the San Diego Comic Con.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he actually got selected to be on a panel
That's amazing.
with I think
Swag.
Passport collects and
Well,
me. I don't know Swag. I know Swag was there last year, but
yep.
yeah, our friend Dan will be a speaker at San Diego,
You
repping
go,
the
Dan.
community. One of the local guys, you know him very well, Steph Comics.
Damn right, man. Steph's a brother, bro. Somebody I can't. You want to? I've said it before, but just a fun fact. I actually met Steph. We have a lot of common friends, and we only met once I made a purchase of one of his books, which was New Mutants '98 in a CBC.
Right.
I think it was a 9.6. But yeah, that was how I met Steph, and we kicked it off. He had this amazing Bignolati place, and dude, the guy is an absolute gem, man. It's crazy. I love how this community works, bro.
I remember. Yeah, I think you told that story on what was that channel? Spec Tales,
So
right?
Spectales, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That was the Grail tale.
Yeah, I never met Steph in person, but we have spoke a few times on IG, just because we're in the area. So
Yeah.
the funny thing about him was he actually picked up a book that I passed on, and I only knew about it because he posted it on IG, and then that's how I messaged him. It's like, okay, so you grabbed that didn't work out for me. So, Paperweight Collect,
Yeah.
another buddy that listen, I know you already put it out there, but we will be going to Terrificon, and hopefully I'll be seeing this dude over there as well. It's going to be a first for a lot of us going to the Terrificon. So
Yeah.
looking to make some moments with the comic bros.
Yeah. Paperweight, you're too kind. I see what you wrote there. I see what you did. I see what you did.
Let's see. We already got Dan. Oh shoot, Ozzy.
Ozzy's in the house.
Listen, guys. If you want to know a guy that I don't know how he like you were kind of propping me up as me getting these killer deals. This guy takes it a step further. I don't know how he
Oh
does
yeah.
it. So
Guys, just to put it out there though, Ozzy dropped 2 unboxing videos. It's like CGC boxes, like books he got back from CGC, and the unboxings are out of this world. Please subscribe to Comic Ozzy, show some love, man, and go check out those videos. Yo, some banger books.
yeah, man, and definitely follow him on IG. He always posting banger books. Marvel, one of the comic kingpins,
Man,
a dude that I had the pleasure of going hunting with several times, and he's no slouch himself when it comes to finding stuff in the backbins. And another
sir.
comic kingpin, Sheik,
Cheeky.
better known for his contribution to the Radiant Black podcast. Definitely check him out on that. Um, Definitely a dude with a vast amount of comic knowledge.
Yeah, he just
And
actually had his new comic book day video drop, so check that out too, man.
yeah,
Yeah, that's over on his actual channel, Comic Chic. So
yeah,
go
he has his own separate
subscribe.
channel, guys. He does do stuff with the Kingpins, but he also has his own channel, so definitely give him a follow.
Yeah, buddy.
And yeah, Ozzy will be there. I know Ozzy was there last year, so yeah, man, looking forward to seeing all of you guys. And I got my passport. I mean, now the problem is, the passport's good. We're good to go. I'm just worried about the photo that's taken in the passport.
Yeah.
That me and BC are both skeptical if we're gonna cross the border.
Guys, we're gonna get stopped. There's absolutely no way we get allowed into the United States with this guy's picture. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah. It's let's say I should have done a retake probably.
A retake. I don't know if that's a passport photo. That looked like you did some hard times, bro.
Now people are gonna be curious about what the photo is, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
that's the last unboxing of the show tonight, guys.
yeah, yeah. Stick around. All right. Listen. I think that's it. If there's anyone new in the chat, I'll shout them out. So listen, the way it's gonna work, guys. So what I picked up was about roughly 4 long boxes of comics. So that makes it about 1,000 books. There's no way I'm gonna go through 1,000 books with you guys live. I
Aw.
think that's pointless. Did you just say, "Oh"? Did you just
Aw.
you just I think I don't think anyone wants to see that. So what I did was I actually pulled out some of the keys and the gems, kind of already laid them out. So basically, it streamlines everything, so I can kind of show you guys some of the stuff that actually made me want to purchase this book in this collection in the first place. Now, I'll give you a bit of background on how I came across this collection. It was on Facebook Marketplace, and basically, I don't know. It was like Saturday. It was like 1 or 2 a.m. and I was just getting ready to go to bed, and I just went on the phone. And the guy, I don't know. He just posted the ad maybe 30, 40 minutes ago. It was one of those situations where he'll like the guy will have like a lot of books laid out on a picture,
Yeah.
and then there's that one book right in the corner that catches your eye, and basically that book alone honestly made me want to buy the collection.
So one, I'm curious to know what the book is. Two, I wonder why you're searching collections at such a late time at night. But
You know what it was? I think it was a case where I wasn't able to go to sleep, and I'm like, let me just go on Marketplace
yeah.
and then see
But
what's.
before you get into it, Hyper, I have a question regarding Facebook Marketplace and obviously buying comic books, because I've seen a lot of shady stuff, right? There's been a lot of, people taking books, modding them or like falsifying what the actual book is, tampering with them, and claiming to be something else it's not. Like,
Mhm.
remember we saw the Hulk 181,
Yeah.
and marketplace tends to scare me when it comes to buying something that I cannot physically pick up. So
Mhm.
when you're hunting, obviously collections, you're obviously going to go and see that, right? You're not going to just claim it and get a whole collection shipped to you. No, but
No.
yeah, but when you're looking for those big books, uh, how do you gauge when you're looking, on marketplace? Like, you look for, people's comments, reviews, people to vouch for sellers. How are you doing that?
Honestly, okay, I mean, I don't really need people to vouch. Well, mainly, I think people normally do that when it involves shipping books and money
Yeah,
needing to be e-transfer. I think that's usually the case when people need to vouch because if
but that's
one
what I
person,
mean, not collections. I'm talking purchases of such.
yeah, I've never actually, to be honest, I rarely purchase stuff on Marketplace where the guy has to ship. I think I did it twice or three times. More often than not, I will usually go over and pick up because generally speaking, the stuff, especially when it's like a bit of a further distance, I generally buy in bulk, so it's almost worth it for me to
Yeah,
pick it up rather than ship it. Because shipping and like shipping what I bought would cost me an arm and a leg, right?
yeah, no,
But
for sure.
and the thing is, regarding tampering and all that, that is an issue that yeah, I'm seeing more and more with people calling out scammers on marketplace. The fortunate part about this is mainly a modern. This is actually a modern collection, so generally tampering is relatively is not going to be an issue. It's only
Yeah,
when you get to bronze and silver age, like you mentioned, like those Hulk 181s, like those high
yeah,
end books, you kind of have to watch out for some bad actors.
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, no, this was purchased like I said through Facebook Marketplace. Um, what I'm gonna do, so the way it's gonna work out, guys, is I'm basically gonna pull out some books. We're just gonna breeze through them, and then some of the notable books, I have basically Cover Price, Go Collect, and eBay just open on the side. So if it's like a bigger book, we'll probably hop on that just to show the values.
Yeah.
And at the end, to be fully transparent, I'll tell the chat how much I actually paid for the whole thing. So
Nice.
you kind of have an idea the value that I'm getting versus what I actually paid for it.
Yeah,
So
I dig that.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
had a guy tell him off today from Facebook Marketplace because he got annoyed about me asking for pictures.
yeah,
You-
Ozzy, that's happened. I don't know if anyone told me off, but that has happened where people do get a bit annoyed and they're like, "Well, listen, do you wonder?" They almost feel like they're doing you a service. I think there's one spot I can't guarantee you, Baker. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys.
Don't let him down.
This is a very DC heavy collection. So I
Oh,
know most of the chat is generally Marvel guys, but listen, DC has some gems, and when you see some of the books I'm gonna show, I think you guys will recognize what they are, especially towards the end where I'm gonna save some of the big guns.
so let's get into it, man.
All right, so you know what? Let's
Put you on the big screen, like taking me out. I don't matter. The collection is what matters.
hold on, let me.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm just here.
All right, so listen,
Oh,
we'll
that's
kick
sick.
this off. Let's be patriotic. This is the Fan Expo exclusive of Superior Spider-Man 16 featuring Stan Lee. This was the run back in 2015, 2016. I checked the value on this one. This is probably like $30, $40 book, but still a pretty cool book to have in the PC.
Yeah,
What did Steph Comics say?
I like what he said.
The best thing to come up. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, generally the way it works is more often than not, the seller will generally have a price in mind. I always try to see if there's any wiggle room, unless okay, so like with this particular collection, I actually tried to haggle with them, because I didn't need the whole collection. I was
Bag
gonna
the book.
ask, hey, are you willing to kind of just give me half of it? But then a thought occurred to me, like if someone else pounced on it, I might just lose a potential.
Yeah,
So basically, I retracted my statement. I said, you know what, I'll just take the whole thing.
there you go.
Because I didn't want to be that guy left in the cold because
Yeah,
I tried to you know Haggle. Glad to see. Yeah. Thanks, Baker. This okay. I know this is
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man 29, but it is a newsstand.
Yeah, that's you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Let's
And it
see.
looks pretty mint, man.
Yeah, I think there's only one tick, but yeah, Spider-Man newsstand.
Nice. Now, you said this collection was in Toronto, right?
It was in Toronto. It was
So
in
you
Toronto.
drove like
Yeah,
6.5 hours for this, and in
yeah.
hyper time, I'm gonna say 7.
It was before the summer actually, so the driving conditions weren't exactly that great.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
in today's CGC, it might be a 9.9. So we got Superior Spider-Man, but cover issue 1 is a Scotty Young cover.
Yeah, I have that one, man. I love it. Scotty Young's done signings, and it's always a book I contemplate sending in for the signatures.
You know he's going to be at Terrificon.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm bringing a ton of Scotty books for that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, that one has always been one where I'm like, do I want to send it in? And then I always send something else. Like Mega Man took, obviously, President for the last submission.
Yeah.
But now I think there's going to be another Scotty Young signing plus Terrificon. So I think I just might get that one signed.
The thing about signature, like I always like for low end books, I'm okay having them signed, but
Yeah.
like I was thinking about getting my What If Venom was possessed. Sorry, What If Deadpool was possessed by Venom signed by Scott Young, but I'm like, do I want to get it signed? So I ended up just not getting it signed. It's always a struggle for me. Speaking of struggle,
it came back a high grade.
It did.
9.8.
I don't know why I said speaking of struggle, and then I said welcome, Pacino.
the man's struggling.
Yeah. Glad you're here. All right, so I don't know if people are aware that this is one of those indie series that has a bit of value to it. It's called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's like 5 printings of just issue 1 alone. I think issue 1 is like a 3rd or 4th printing. So I don't know. It was one of those neat little finds in the collection.
Nice. I've actually never read that, so.
No, I think this was before I was even collecting. This you're probably aware of. These guys.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Jay and Silent Bob, dude. He was just at Montreal Comic Con. You could have gotten those signed.
Kevin Smith, yeah. That's true, yeah.
You should have brought those for Kevin Smith signing.
But I think he only came on Saturday. I don't think he was there Friday.
You were there like every day, bro.
No, I only went on Friday.
Okay, that's fair.
I only went on Friday.
But yeah, those are neat, man.
Women of Marvel.
Yeah.
Sarah Pacelli.
So hold on. The one on the left is not Greg Land.
No, it's not Greg Land. It's another artist. I'm not aware. Like I looked her up, but it wasn't Greg Land.
That's surprising.
This one is Sarah Pacelli, but that's not Greg Land.
The face of Sue kind of like seems very Greg Landish. Pretty neat.
Yeah. All right. This one, unfortunately, is a VF. I wish it was a better grade, but you guys know this.
Yeah, man, dude. Jim Lee, hell yeah.
And it's a newsstand.
Yeah.
Marvel Age 90.
That's neat, man.
Again, kind of wish it was a higher grade, but pretty dope. Now listen.
No, hold on. Go back. You said it's which issue?
90.
90. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks pretty clean too, man.
In a high grade, this would have been probably like a $40-$50 book.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I said Jim Lee out loud because I read Jim Lee, but yeah, it's a McFarlane cover.
You know what? You said it, and then I'm like, I was thinking McFarlane, but then I'm like, no, wait, it might be Jim Lee because I read the same thing. I saw Jim Lee on it as well. I'm like, wait, it's or Jim Lee. So I just went with it.
No, it's totally McFarlane. Yeah, Baker's saying 9.8s for that one goes for 300.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not a 9.8. I mean, the best I could probably hope for is a VF near mint.
I'm curious, man. While you're showing some books, I just want to see how many McFarlane covers were done for Marvel Age. I feel like there's more than one.
I know this was one of the more famous ones. I don't know if he did that many.
Yeah.
Let's see, classic McFarlane.
So yeah,
Yeah, so listen, Pacino, to answer that, I'm just going to put it out there. Obviously, I bought this collection with the intent of selling most of the stuff. There is going to be a few that I'm going to keep for the PC, just because it's one of those situations where if you don't find it that often, it's one of those cases where I might hold it for myself. But for the vast majority of the books, it's most likely going to be up for sale.
dude, I think that might be one of the only ones McFarlane did.
Yeah, like he did, like Baker said, he did Marvel Tales and Marvel Classics, but Marvel Age, I don't think he did that many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we're sticking with Spider and symbiote related, he only had issue 1 in this, but still, issue 1 is already, it's like a 10. This is a pretty good run. The Rick Remender,
I love
Agent
it.
Flash, Venom run. Issue 1.
I think it's honestly underrated. I wouldn't say overlooked, but I remember I was picking this up back when I was a regular at Heroes Comics in Laval, and like they had a bin filled of the entire run with books at like $3, and that's when I scooped it all up. I was taking them at like $2-3, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pick these up, and I loved the read, man. So
wait, so you actually have the full run?
I have the full run.
Yeah, because I think the full run, like apparently it's very hard to complete. The full run, it runs for anywhere between $200 to $300.
Yeah.
Still,
I have for the issue 1, I have that one, and there's a red cover as well, if I'm not mistaken.
The red. Oh, that's like the second or third print, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Pacino, one of the best. Yep. And now this was actually one of the cooler finds. We know what movie's coming out in about 2 weeks. Wolverine versus Deadpool, and this particular series did heat up because of speculations of where the story might be going. But I have the full miniseries of Deadpool.
Oh, that's awesome.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, so issue 4 is a first print, right? But here's the thing.
You have
Issue 3 is the second print, but more importantly, also issue 2.
Oh, that's sick. The Campbell.
Yeah. And also the other Campbell.
That's nice, man. That's sick, dude.
Yeah. So, yeah. And these are high grade. I saw this set go anywhere from $70 to $80.
Wow, with those ones, like the later prints.
Yeah. I'm kind of being conservative, but I think generally in this case, I think the first prints actually do better than the second prints. Even though, I mean, I know that these covers, like the actual, the legit covers for these ones, fetch for quite a bit. So I guess this is like
alternative, man.
It's a consolation prize, yeah.
Yeah, man. I would even send that in for a signing.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea for a Campbell signing, yeah. And it's all it's in black and white, so it's actually perfect for a signature.
Dude, yeah, it's gonna pop like crazy. To be honest, I'd go red though.
It does, yeah. With the trade, yeah.
You have to.
Now he did have. Okay, so I'm flip-flopping between Marvel and DC, but he did have the Birds of Prey series. Not an overly valuable run, but the number 1 is a second print. It's about a $60 run for the entire run.
Yeah, how many issues did that go? Like what?
I believe I think 15 or 16.
Nice.
Yeah. Hold on, give me a second.
I'm already curious to know what you paid this collection.
Yeah, because I haven't even got to the really good stuff yet.
Jesus. Should get some intermission music going.
All right. So the thing is with the Marvel stuff, he had quite a bit of newsstands, and this I don't see often in newsstands. But he had 2 copies of this.
Oh, nice. Yes, I have one. It's funny because I got the Ghost Rider, the first Danny Ketch, as a regular direct and newsstand, and I did the same for the Midnight Suns.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the first time I've actually seen. I mean, I've clearly seen plenty of direct copies, but I haven't seen that many. Yeah, and this is the second copy.
Yeah,
as
Nice.
well. And I know Pacino was talking about video game comics, so he did have the full prequel of Batman Arkham City,
Nice.
which is basically the prequel to the video game Batman Arkham City.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool, man. You know what? I never even read any of that prior to the game. Like I just like played the game.
I wasn't a comic reader when I was into those games, so I never read them either.
Really, man. So that's relatively not too long ago.
That I got into comics.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like the thing is, okay, so like I was collecting in 2009, and then I stopped, and then I
yeah,
only got back in 2018.
yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And then he had like newsstands of all these Wolverine cover issues,
That's it.
like, especially that the die
Oh, in a
cut.
newsstand.
Yeah, newsstand of the die cut.
Nice.
Yeah, these are all Wolvie newsstands. This is in honor of Newbie. I know his channel's a bit dormant, but in honor of his Dynamite pick of the week, J. Scott Campbell Vampirella,
Can't go wrong.
$10, $15 book.
Yeah.
This one was a pretty cool find.
Oh,
First
that is good,
appearance, first appearance of Death in the DC mainstream.
Yep. Back to the Vampirella. Campbell does quite a few Vampirella stuff, and I think that's one of the better covers.
Yeah, and this one still goes, like I said, it's a moderate key. It's about like a $10-15 when I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's about like in a high grade, which it is. It's about $30-40 in high grade.
Yeah.
Hold on, what is this? Michael Baker's the biggest tool. He has a wrench on every channel. I
Technically,
get it. Play on words. I gotta figure out how to. I know I gave Baker a wrench, but I completely forgot how to give people wrenches. I gotta figure that out.
yeah, you can come back to the live chat and like assign wrenches if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think you could do it now too.
Can I?
Yeah.
I'll do it when I kind of run through some of these books. He had the full Flashpoint series.
That's sick. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
I know this kind of cooled down, because this was heating up when the Flash movie came out. Cooled down, but this is still it's still a good read regardless if you haven't read it. And
man.
also, that animated movie was called, what was it called? It wasn't called Flashpoint. It was called something else.
Which one?
The animated adaptation to Flashpoint.
Hold
I can't
on.
remember. Yeah, but anyways, that's also a good watch as well. But anyways, yeah, definitely a good.
Yeah, no, it was. Well, there's the Justice League Flashpoint Paradox.
Paradox, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Paradox.
Yeah, I actually never even got to watch that one.
It's a decent watch. Definitely give it a. I don't know if it's on any streaming, but I would definitely give it a watch.
I'm gonna have to crack open the IPTV, man. Yes.
This is a neat crossover. I know they did one with Spider-Man and Batman, and this is Batman and Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I hold on. This is not like an issue to the first one, right?
No, it's this is like a one shot, but basically they had two one shots.
Yeah, they had the Spider-Man and Batman, which is I think the Bagley cover.
Yeah, and then this is the Batman Spider-Man. So they're two separate.
Yeah, this one wasn't done by Bagley though, right?
No, this one was done by, it says Nolan Kessel. I don't know.
Okay.
And yeah, it was Flashpoint Paradox, like Nemesis mentioned.
Hey, yo, Justin. If I watch it tonight, technically I'm watching it with you, bro. So.
All right.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Intermission music. Here we go. I'm gonna get on the drum set because Hyper's gone. But but yeah, you're pulling up the big books now, right? Or we're still.
It's coming.
All right, all right.
It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of a bit all over the place, but yeah, it's coming.
How many? Do you have an idea how many books were in this collection that you picked up?
It was roughly 1,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was like 4 long boxes, so it's roughly about 1,000.
Okay.
And since we're on the topic of Flashpoint, this is one of the. I know this had several miniseries that spun off, but this one was actually a pretty cool read. That focused on Flashpoint Batman. You know, Thomas Wayne.
Nice.
So this kind of goes deeper into the origin of that.
Yeah, I also didn't read this, so you're giving me stuff right now to like maybe look back.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's only a 3-issue read. Definitely, it's pretty dark. It's a it's a pretty dark read though. So
yeah.
This was like pre DC Black Label as well. So
yeah.
And then I know this kind of cooled up, but still, I still like the covers. The J.G. Jones covers for Final Crisis.
Dude, Final Crisis, it's funny because even on like certain online web shops, like comic shops that you and I both shop at, I see books, whether it be at LCS's or let's say Capcan or whatever it may be. The Final Crisis books are like beyond cheap.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I mean, you could probably pick up the set for like 30, 40 bucks.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. At the peak when, what was that issue that had Superman on it? The whole Michael B. Jordan rumor when that was going on. I know this really heated up, but
yeah,
it's like I said, regardless, it's still a good read done by Grant Morrison. So, and it's an important part of the DC history.
Of course.
Now, again, switching still on DC, Adam Hughes, Catwoman.
Yep. I was gonna say, man, Hughes kills it. Obviously, I like this cover.
So he had this set because I just showed you Blackest Night, right? He had like a couple of spin-offs of Blackest Night. This set, it's the Wonder Woman set. Well, what's cool about it is it's the 1 in 25 of each issue, and I checked online, and it's about, if you got the full set, it's about $80-$90. I'll show you issue 1. Issue 1 is probably the
sick,
and they're all done by Ryan Sook.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice cover.
What is up?
Yo, Steve! What's going on, Steve, bro? Appreciate you swinging by, man.
Yeah, so this one was done by Ryan Sook. And definitely check out Team Nerd Herd on their channel on Nearing Nirvana.
Yeah.
They always do cool stuff. The cover lovers and the toy
unboxings, bro. I love those. Yo,
I gotta set my limit on how much I watch on those, because they, especially when they pull out the Street Fighter figs, they have me tempted.
Yep.
Another cool 1 in 25.
Yeah, yo. Okay, so you recently. I'll let you finish this, and then I'll ask you a question. That's not a ratio, right?
These are all ratios. These are all 1 in 25 ratios.
Yeah, because you recently just sold me a ratio from the Batman Europe, right?
Yeah.
Europa, sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had to claim it. It's Batman in green, white, and red. But also a ratio, 1 in 25.
It was 1 in 25.
Was that part of this collection?
No. That one was a lunchtime pickup.
Nice.
Yeah. This one was done by, I know this artist is a bit controversial, Ethan Van Scriver, but still a dope cover by Professor Zoom. This is also a 1 in 25 Flash 4 Rebirth.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We're almost getting to the big hammer.
Fun stuff.
To the big hammers.
The big hammers. This guy keeps shutting the screen, making me feel like I need to sing to you guys or something. Hold up. Nobody find beats? Any song requests, guys, in the chat?
Well, I gotta show this one off, because this is like BC. You alluded to how I basically sold you a book from the collection. This was a book I know that you said you've been looking high and low for, but you could never find in a high grade.
Yeah.
So it's the gold second print of Spider-Man issue 1. That's from the bag. That's not on the book, by the way. I would never do you like that.
Yeah.
So
this is the one you sold me, right?
You know what? No, the one I sold you is in another pile, but I just grabbed one nearby. So technically, it's this. It's your copy is not this copy. Your copy is actually better than this copy.
There you go. That's all I want. I want to
Yeah.
get myself the set in high grades. I got the black, well, silver one, whatever you want to call it. It's a high grade 9A contender ready to go. Obviously, the regular one, and now the bronze. I think the three of them, you need to have that as a set in high grade, bro.
You know which one that you know? There's another one that's going to be very tough to find. Eh?
Yeah, I know.
That platinum one, and oh no, wait, there's actually two. Isn't there that same version with a barcode that's called like the Walmart exclusive?
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on.
That goes for quite a bit.
I
That's
think
not a cheap.
I think I even covered that as a Baker Shaker, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you did. I think you
Yeah,
did.
Spider-Man 1. Keep it going. Keep it going.
While you're looking for that, so this one I kind of had to do some research, and I only found out what this was through cover price. This is actually the C2E2 partial sketch variant of Black Widow #1.
That's nice.
Uh, well, when I'm coming down. I mean, I'm coming down during the Terrificon weekend.
Together, we are.
Yeah,
Well, we just talked about the fact we might not be able to get across the border thanks to Hyper, but
yeah.
that.
I just announced that I just got my passport today in the mail.
Yeah,
It's been renewed, so America, get ready for Hyper.
watch out.
But
Yeah, so there's the platinum.
yeah,
There's the platinum. Obviously, there's the ones that we just mentioned. Reprints. There's the True Believers, which nobody cares about.
mm,
Um, there's the La Mole foil, which forget it. And then, dude,
the
when you look
yeah.
at similes, holy shit.
There's the. I mean, don't even bother looking at homages. But yeah, the platinum and that Walmart ones are the tough ones to find.
There's misprint ones. Maybe that's what you're talking about. There's a silver
That's
edition.
the misprint is with the lizard, right?
I think so. And then hold on. There's even miscellaneous covers, a second print, gold. I don't know. There's tons of different editions when it comes to that book. So
All right, BC.
talk to me, baby. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna. All right, so I just realized we're pretty much down to the heavy hitters now.
Okay.
This is where I'm kind of probably gonna pull out some of Go Collect data and cover price data.
This is what we all waited for, and then the price for this collection at the end of all this.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm going to be fully transparent. I'm going to mention how much I actually plopped for this particular collection. Like I said, it's 1,000 books, so obviously I'm not going through every minor key. So
You know what we should do at the end? We should do. Let's get a guesstimate by everybody. Let's see what everybody, whoever comes closest, kind of like the Price is Right, without going over.
You mean obviously after I show all the books?
Yeah, yeah. After you show everything, we're gonna guess what you paid for that.
Baker, I know there was a Spawn book, but honestly, it wasn't a big issue. I'm just putting out there. I think it was just a regular issue that just happened to be in the newsstand. But it was nothing to write home about. But once I find it, I'll DM you what the issue is.
All right.
So, all right. I don't want to leave Baker hanging. Okay, so these were some of the more notable keys. Okay, so during Grant Morrison's run, there were some ratios done that surprisingly were pretty pricey. You would think a Batman title with ratios shouldn't be that pricey, but you want me to show you a random Spawn book?
just make him happy.
I don't even have any around me. I would if I could.
Start with the Morrison stuff. Let's go.
All right, so here is Batman 682, the Tony Daniel variant, featuring a pretty sick Joker cover. This is a 1 in 25 variant.
Yep.
So I'm gonna actually just pull up cover price right now. Let's see. I've already logged in. And I'm not sponsored by Cover Price. I just subscribe to them.
Yeah. He's sponsored, guys.
All right. Let's see. Batman 682. So you guys, okay, you guys do see it. Okay, so if I pull up,
So you can see right there at the bottom already.
yeah, $84 is what it's saying. But why is it not? It's okay. It's saying search. Oh, there we go. So yeah.
You're on dialogue.
So no. So yeah. So last recorded sale, $40 raw. 98 goes for 85. Okay. Wow. Okay. It's almost like you're better off just not even grading this at this point. But raws are relatively around the same price as a graded 98. That's crazy.
Yeah, technically you're just paying for the grading fee
Yeah.
itself.
At that point, like this is a book that I'm probably keeping just because I don't see these 1 in 25.
Often.
Because yeah, this is a pretty crazy cover, and this was actually, I remember who posted this on their IG. Um, Comic Raiders from Low Grades. He had this book and he had the action figure to go with it. But oh, let me big up myself. Oh.
He's rusty, guys. He's rusty. He's
How do
got
you?
this. I could hear Michael Baker cheering you on. Okay, I'll just leave. Whatever. You just tell me, bro.
Oh, there we go. Okay, all right. Here it is.
There you go.
That's the 1 in 25 Batman 679.
Yeah, I remember seeing the action figure, man. It was
Yeah.
a Comic Raider.
It was Comic Reader that had it. Gee, thanks, guys. Yeah, but this one, it was basically it's an alternate universe Batman.
Yep.
And the story behind it is Zur and R, apparently it's a play on Zorro or something, because his parents were killed after watching Zorro. So it's a play on that word, but yeah, Sheik knows. I know he knows his cover very well. Now let's okay, now let me see if I can get this right. I'm gonna hop on cover price again, and let's see. This one I'm pretty sure has a better value to it, because oh damn, I lost BC.
It's okay, I'm here. As long as you hear me, let's keep going.
Okay, wait, why am I? Oh, this is a shit show. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So it was. Let's see. 79.
If you want, Hyper, maybe to help you speed things up while you're showing the book, I could search it and you share the screen.
You know what? Yeah, that might work. I mean, I already did this one, but yeah, if
Yeah, I'll log in.
so, this one is a lot better. This one is a lot better. 100
So,
raw
100 raw,
and
most common in a 9A 257.
yeah, this is what I was expecting, honestly, for this one.
Not bad.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. You know what? I would like to use that excuse, but this isn't even my first stream, so I can't even use that as a crutch.
No, you're just being roasted nonstop.
Yeah. So yeah. So again. So this was a dope find. Now, which one should I go? There's I think only two. There's only two more that I have to show. One is actually a full set. And
All right.
I think Justin's aware of this set because I was watching Three Men in a Basement, and apparently Justin sold Chinmo this some covers from this set. So if he might know what I'm talking about.
Do you want me to pull up the actual cover price sale data on these?
Yeah,
on
let me
sets?
first
Yeah, show off the book, of course.
yeah.
But
And then yeah, so while I'm doing that, yeah, you could show go to cover price, and then I'll have you share your screen.
yeah, Ozzy, he actually said 1,000 books in the collection.
Yeah.
So he's just showing some of the heaters.
Yeah. So this one, the full Zatanna run.
Okay, nice.
So hold on, let me start from. I'm skipping issue 1 for a reason, so we're gonna go. So obviously, yeah.
Now hold up, because what we're looking at, is there any issues in particular you want me to pull up?
Pull up issue 15 and 16. Um,
Oh, 16, dude, without saying, and 15, of course. Hold
and
on.
I think even 14.
14, no problem. So we'll start with 14. 14 is like pretty low, but
And
still.
I skipped over one and for by design, and you'll know why I skipped over one.
All right. So just at a quick glance, just to give you an idea, because you said to look at 14, 15, and 16.
Yeah.
When looking at all of the issues from this run,
Hmm.
clearly, yeah, 13 is actually a little up there as well.
It's a pretty. I like this cover with number 13 on it. Yeah.
Yeah, issue 11 is quite popular. If I'm not mistaken, I think there was even,
Issue 11. Yeah. Yeah. This one's actually a nice one as well.
yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think somebody just did a exclusive that homaged it or something. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But yeah, issue 11, just to give you an idea, 45 in a VF Raw was
And
the
these are all
last,
high grade. These are all
yeah,
high grade. I gotta say.
last recorded sale, but it ironically was on July 3rd. So this, I feel like I saw this, man. I don't know if it was a shaker on cover price, but anyways, July 3rd, you had a sale raw in a VF. So we're saying 70 to 85 range, 45 US dollars. And it's a current trend of 6.9%. So most common slabbed is 94. But when you look at, the last sales, the last big sales. So yeah, it seems that the VF raw is pretty impressive out of everything else.
Hmm.
45 US dollars is quite up there compared to the rest.
And the thing is, if you actually look at the full set, I think the full set sells for around 300 to 400 bucks
Yeah, and I mean,
in high
obviously,
grade.
yeah, obviously
This one,
Adam Hughes
this one is a tough one in a 9.8, obviously because of the black cover, and I think this one unfortunately does have a tick or two
on the 15.
on the 15. Yeah,
Yeah,
but dude, this one I checked this up and down. This one actually is grade worthy.
yeah, well, dude, you like of all the books within the collection, that's probably the money winner.
Can you do me a
Um,
favor, BC though?
yeah,
Specifically, look for a 9.8 of this one. I know we're in an age where 9.9 is going to rule the world at some point, but for the time being, let's see what a 9.8 goes for of Zatanna
yeah, for
16.
sure. So just so you know, a
Yeah,
9.8 sold 3 days ago for issue 15,
issue 15.
for 500 US
Yeah,
dollars.
I don't know. I might get lucky with the 9.8. You never know, but I'm thinking this is more of a 9.6 on the issue 15.
Yeah. Yeah. 9.8 for the Zatanna cover, issue 16, 450 US dollars. That was July 3rd. And obviously the highest known sale was in 2021 for 1,000 US dollars. So that's pretty up there. But fair market value for 9.8 in this one is 483. So
Okay, so yeah, I mean, so in Canadian, that's roughly about like 550, 600.
yeah,
So
you
the
do.
reason why I skipped number one is you normally this is the book, but actually this is the
Yeah.
1 in 10 or 1 in 15 Brian Boland variant.
Yeah.
If you know anything about the Zatanna run, the ratios actually go for even more just because they're even harder to find.
Yeah. So
BC, por favor.
yeah, absolutely. I'm already
Yeah,
on it, sir. So issue number one.
the
Hold
variant.
up. Yep. So run your mint for this one in particular, 85. The last sale, July 10, was raw, no grade
Yeah.
attached to it, 76 US dollars, but a 9.8 most common sales, 205. Highest sale is 304 US, but fair market value, 205.
Yeah. So because the regular issue one I think goes for 20-30 bucks. So this almost triples or quadruples the value of issue one. These
Yeah,
ratios.
and the last sale of this in a 9.8 actually sold July 5th. So at the beginning of this month, and it sold for 225 US dollars.
Okay, that's definitely not chump change.
Yeah.
Wait, where are the okay? We're almost at the end. There was one. Where did I just put it right now?
Hyper shuts the camera every time. He has to get up to get his books because you guys may not know this, but he doesn't wear pants when he goes on streams for some
That's
reason.
not no,
Yeah.
that's not true. It's because
No, don't lie.
oh, where did I put?
I've
Give me a
seen you
second.
stand up after shows with the Kingpins, bro. It's scary.
Where? Oh, there it is. Okay.
He's looking for comics, guys, nothing else.
All right. Oh, I think there's only like 2 or 3 big books left, but
Oh
this
yeah,
was in it. This was in there.
yeah.
Unfortunately, this had a bit of scuffing. I went to Armin, our presser.
Yeah.
He looked at it. This is roughly, probably in his estimation, is probably like a 9 or a 9.2 because there is a bit of scuffing and some ticks, but still a classic Jacques cover for Detective Comics 880.
Yeah. Do you want me to check the value for, let's say, a 990 or?
Yeah, or you know what? Let's be conservative. Just say VF or VF plus. Let's see what. I'm guessing this is still 70, 80 ish.
So Detective Comics.
Hey, Trev.
880. Who we got here? We got Trev's in the house. What's up, Trev? Man, appreciate you swinging by, bro.
Definitely tune into his live stream with Evil Mike on Sundays right after BC's show.
Yeah, buddy.
Definitely give him a watch.
So Raw with no grade last sale was July 8th for this book, and it sold for 150 US dollars, which is a slight increase here. You got like a 2% bump, but most common in a 9.8, 413 US dollars. The last sale was actually 1 week ago on July 7th, and it sold for 460 US dollars. Fair market value is 413. So
I just realized something. You've been showing this the whole time, and I haven't actually been sharing any of the stuff.
Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about
it. Guys, like I said, 9 months layoff. This is what happens.
But no, it's okay. You can blow yourself back up just so you can highlight the books and show the books.
Okay. All right. This is okay. This is the last one.
The last one?
The last one.
So I'm assuming this is the book that caught your eye to buy the.
This is okay. So basically, just to kind of paint the picture, this was the book that basically. So let's say it's like a pile of books, right? And he had a couple of slides. This book was literally behind another book like so.
Yeah.
And only because I recognize the image of half the cover, I'm like, okay, definitely claiming this book.
Yeah.
Definitely claiming this.
Let's see. This is what it was all about, man. And here he goes again, standing up with no pants. So thank you for closing the camera, sir. We appreciate that.
All right.
Did you put this book in a vault already that you had to go get it? Like, where is it?
Hold on. What the hell is the other? Okay, because I put it with this top. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
It's you may have accidentally put it in the short box you traded in at your LCS recently. Well, since you're gone, just to keep a certain somebody named Michael Baker entertained. There you go, Michael Baker. Picked this up just for you. Yeah, just recently. 9.8 candidate. It's just a regular.
All right. So
I was thinking of Baker.
Sorry, guys. This is what happens when you kind of have books kind of sprawled out.
All right, let's go. Talk to me. I want to hear what was the big book.
All right. So this is the full run. Now the run itself is already pricey as it is, but there's one And I think it's already going to be a giveaway when I show what the run is to
Now
people that know what this book is.
hold up, because I already excited Michael Baker, right? Like we gave him a little teaser while you were away.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. It's a variant, all right. So it might. This is why knowing the value of this is gonna help, because some people, if I show the cover, they might not know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But if you see how much this goes for, you're gonna be like, oh shit, okay. So basically,
Oh
Goth-
yes.
it's the full Gotham City Sirens run.
Yep.
The run itself is already tough to put together. Again, because there's a lot of covers that kind of heat up. Like we have the connecting covers with
Yeah.
Harley.
I noticed there's a particular issue already missing out the gate. So
Yeah, you'll see why. But yeah, there's a lot of covers that go for $10 to $15, but
yeah.
there's
Surprisingly though, before you show it off, issue
yeah
11, raw near mint, $15.
yeah
Yeah. So like you said, there's quite a few that are over $10. You start looking even at the later issues, like issue 20, 21, 22, 23, all the same thing, man.
yeah. So hold on now. I'm just gonna share that.
Now hold on, Marvel's here.
Yeah, I don't think that's the music that he was expecting. He said 1,000 drums,
No,
1,000 miles.
he wants 1,000 miles, but keep it going.
Okay, all right. So this is the book that basically made me pull the trigger.
Yep. I figured that was going to be the one. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think you gave me a glimpse of this one already.
Yeah, this is
That's
the
a
1 in 25 J.G. Jones variant of Gotham City Sirens.
Yep.
I've
It
only seen this book once in the wild. The shop that I went to was asking for 300 raw for this.
for a raw
PC.
300. Well, look,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, here, look, just pulling up
I'm gonna share your cover price just so that people are aware.
yeah, so yeah, Marvel's already singing it. But check this out, okay? Gotham City Sirens, the 1 in 25, like you said, JG Jones. You can see here immediately the last recorded sales value, raw near
All right,
mint,
hold up.
$210. That's fine. Yeah.
There
Okay,
we
good.
go. Okay.
So $210. So that alone converted to Canadian, the shop asking 300. He's not too far off, not too far off. But by no means are we willing to pay that. No, we're hunters. We want to find, good deals. So 386 most common for a 9.8.
That actually seems pretty low because it was definitely not 386. Can you just go to the
Hold
9.8
on, hold
sales?
on. We're gonna
Yeah,
get there. We're gonna get there. Look at this. Highest known value, of course, in 2018 at
$850.
$815.
Yeah.
But 918, the last sale here in the 9.8 was $400, and fair market value is 386.
Wait, hold on. No. I think because I saw a sale later than that. Hold on. I'm actually gonna give me a second. I'm gonna go to because I did track this book. I think cover
Dude,
price.
you probably saw it in a last sale. Probably this one here that took place July 1st. January 7th.
Hold on.
400 converted to Canadian. You're like, well, near $600.
J.G. Jones, Sirens. Because the thing is, a 9.8 I saw recently sell for like six something Canadian
Yeah, that makes total sense.
in a 9. Yeah, I can't. I think the sale is a bit outdated, but okay, yeah. So let's go with that. 9.8 386.
Yeah, and if you want to convert USD to Canadian, just to be exact, at $400, you're looking exactly at $547. So a $600 sale, man, that's good.
Okay, that yeah. I guess when you do the conversion, it is a bit of a bump, but yeah. And this, I actually did bring this to Armin, and he said this definitely has a possibility of being a 9.8.
There you go, man. That is a good pickup, man. And if that's your big book that you're showing off tonight, like just judging by everything you've picked up, you've made some pretty good coin, because I have no idea what you paid this particular collection, but
We're gonna find out.
maybe it's time we guesstimate, right? So myself,
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Before I drop the actual answer, yeah. What do you guys think?
yeah,
I
let's
mean,
get the chat to guess what you guys think Hyper paid for this. Again, there was 1,000 books here, and yes, 1,000 books, 1,000 books.
and if you're doing U.S. or Canadian, let me know because I know Pacino said 1,800. Pacino, since you're on my part of the world, I'm guessing it's 1,800 Canadian that he's
He's
guessing.
saying 1,800 Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Marvel. I'm gonna say, I know you. I know you would not be driving all the way to Toronto if this was not a solid deal. Now, looking at the books that you got, would you invest in grading all these books in order to get the flip? I'm not sure. I'm gonna say you spent maybe 450 Canadian.
Okay. Travis is saying 500. I'm guessing that's U.S.
USD, yeah. Aussie 600 Canadian.
600. Any other guesses before I? So, okay, I don't see any more numbers. Yeah, okay,
$1.
we're not even gonna kind of count this.
It does count.
Um,
It does count.
all right, so you guys actually undersold. Now I actually feel bad, but no, I still think I got a good deal. I actually spent 1,000 Canadian,
There you go. Okay, so you spent $1 per book. That is
a dollar
great.
per book.
That's great, man.
But when I was seeing you guys do, I was like, damn, okay, 600. I wish, and this is partly why I asked the guy, is he willing to split the collection? But I didn't want to take that chance, so I'm like, that's why before anyone else sniped on it, I said, uh, uh, I'll just take the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because here's
So
the thing. Sorry,
you
go ahead.
sorry, 1,000 Canadian is what you spent. So I guess the closest to guessing this on the chat was technically Trev because at 500 US, that's 684 Canadian. So I
Well,
think
no, hip hop. Steve said 550, so he was
okay, he
actually
said
even closer.
550. 550. So there you go. So yeah, Steve comes in for a sneaky win after Trev dropped the 500. So
Yeah.
there you go.
But yeah, the thing is, and this is one of those ones I'm probably gonna keep in the PC just because I don't, like I said, I've only seen this in the wild once, and
Yeah.
again, like I said, the shop was asking 300 for it.
Aussie meant USD, so Aussie wins it now.
Okay, so yeah, so actually technically Aussie takes it then.
There you go. So we had 3 winners tonight.
Yeah, so yeah, 600 is closer to 1,000 Canadian,
Yeah.
but yeah, so 1,000 Canadian would have been, it's almost like 700 USD. So.
Yeah, but look, in my honest opinion, dude, $1,000 Canadian, factor the drive, many pit stops to Popeyes. Say you spent 1,200. You
Because
spent
listen, put it this way: if this comes back a 9.8, and then the Zatanna 16 comes back a 9.8, that's already about like an $800 value right off the bat just on those two books.
but you're keeping this one in the collection, so now you're
Yeah,
gonna have
this
to
one I'm
look at other
keeping.
books to sell. But
Yeah.
even looking at that, like you showed off the Zatanna, which is one that I would assume maybe you're gonna sell. There's many other books within that collection that are definitely, you know, good opportunities to make back some money. I think out of this entire collection, like you said at the beginning, this particular book right here, Gotham City Sirens, the 1 in 25 of issue number 1, was the one that piqued your interest in this collection, right?
Yeah.
So I I would assume, based on what you're saying tonight, that's the book you want to keep within your collection. Even if you were to sell every other book in the collection at $1, you paid that book $1.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, um, this is definitely I'm keeping, and some of those Batman ratios that I showed you,
Yeah.
the Grant Morrison ones, those I'm keeping. The Zatanna one, funny enough, that's actually my second copy of issue 16 and 15.
Yeah.
I actually got my first copy from Toronto again.
Mhm.
We had our buddy Jerome pick it up for me. I
Nice.
think I paid like a box of comics for like $30, and it was included in it. So that came out to like 30 cents,
There you go, man.
50
Yeah,
cents
it's
for
very
that
cheap.
book.
I'm almost feeling like collections is the way to go. I shop for books. Like there's PC books I want to get, and
Yeah.
every time I come across that one copy where I'm like, oh, this one's a condition I would like, or whatever it may be, you're always going to pay the premium on that single issue. But when you buy in bulk, like you just did on a collection, it's a good opportunity to get books at a better deal. The thing is, you got to factor how many books you're willing to hold within that purchase, and which ones you're willing to part with. And in perfect example, Ozzy's in the chat. Ozzy does phenomenal with buying collections and selling, and he's putting up a lot of big books, key books that like so many people would want within their collection. I look at his posts and I'm like, man, I would want every single book he's posting tonight. I would have a hard time letting go. I'm one of those
Yeah.
collectors. I'm one of those collectors where I have a hard time selling books. I really, you know, appreciate almost everything within my collection. There's books where I look at it and I'm like, why the hell did I buy this? Um, but there's very few of those. Now, factoring, when you're buying collections, I imagine already you're going with the intent of you're offloading a good portion of it, right?
Yeah, because it's funny because I had this conversation with Rocksteady, a fellow Canadian, who also he was buying collections before I was, and he's
Yo,
the one that came across that 181. What's up, W Vogs? I think Vogs, you'll be on Paul 619 as usual tomorrow, so definitely check him out at 8 p.m. on Paul's channel.
yeah, buddy.
And he also has his own thing going on as well on his social, so definitely give W Vogs a follow.
Yeah,
But yeah, so going back to the whole collection thing, so I had this conversation with Rocksteady, and because the thing is, especially when you're going for a drive to pick up a collection, the way I look at it is the juice worth the squeeze? Meaning, to your point, it's almost better to buy collections because like dollar per book generally becomes cheaper because
yep,
unless you have some like an insane dude that wants to sell at fair market value every single book in his collection, which makes no sense.
yeah,
The expectation is you're selling at wholesale. So again, my general rule of thumb, and this is a very loose rule of thumb, I generally look at it as like when I see a collection, can at least 30% or 20% of the books make up what I paid for in the collection.
yeah,
So it gives me a bit of wiggle room. Like I would never buy a collection where I feel like I'm almost breaking even on value. Then at that point, why even buy it? So it's almost like, and yeah, to your point, as a collector, and I'm still in the hobby, it is tough to sometimes separate your personal taste in a collection and what you want to offload just to get your money back. So
yeah.
what I
But
have
that,
noticed, sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, finish.
No, what I was going to say, what I have noticed, especially when I buy more collections, is that there's certain books that you realize pop up more often than you expect.
Yeah,
And then there's certain books like the Sirens one that's a ghost. So it's almost like I learned to kind of feel like, okay, I'm okay to let this one go, even though personally I'd want it, just because I know down the line I'll probably get it at some point. And then there's
yeah,
certain books I know for a fact it's going to be a while before I see this again. Those are the ones I tend to have a hard time letting go, and those are the ones that usually stay in the PC.
yeah. Look, I'll give you just a quick prime example before we let the people go. But
Yeah.
my cousin, going through some stuff in his personal life. He's been a
Mm-hmm.
collector his whole life. He's 40 years old, and like he's got all the books you could think of. Early ASM, almost the entire run. I think the only book he was missing was ASM 1.
Wow. Okay.
Now he offloaded the collection. He sold his collection in order to pay some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he sold his entire collection. Now I'm talking, dude. The guys had early Captain America, early Captain Marvel, early ASM, all big key books, massive key books, and he sold his collection for 17,000 Canadian. Now,
Wow.
somebody like myself, right, buying that collection because I wanted to buy his collection. I was ready to fork over 17,000 in a heartbeat because there's a lot of good books in there.
It made it worth your while.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But at the same time, looking at his collection, I was like, either I keep a bulk and sell off mine because yes, I love my collection, but there's stuff in his that I want to hold. Because
Mm-hmm.
you factor 17,000. Let's take an example. ASM 129, First Punisher, right? You're looking at First Punisher. I can assure you, I know for a fact, his condition, the book, I saw it in front of me, was no lower than a 9.4, maybe 9.6.
Wow. Wow.
So
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying is you take that book graded, you
Mm-hmm.
get that back. Let's say it's a 9.4 and you can get 4,000 Canadian for that. You're
Mm-hmm.
almost paying already a quarter of that entire collection and you're looking
Right.
at bangers.
Yeah.
bangers beyond within that collection, right? So I feel like that's the type of collection that somebody like, Ozzy, who's been doing such a thing, picking up and selling, that's a good opportunity. Somebody
Mhm.
like myself to have to let go of that first appearance of Punisher, it pays off almost a quarter of the collection, but am I capable of letting go? I don't think so. That's just who I am, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, there's two factors to it. One, it's an ASM 128, and the other factor is it's a high grade. That's also some like if it was like a low grade ASM 129, you might have an it's a different conversation because low grades are a lot more plentiful
Yeah,
than the high than something like if you're saying it's like a 9.4, you're not going to see a lot of those floating around,
yeah,
especially in the wild.
exactly.
So yeah, again, it goes back for me in terms of rarity and the dude. Well, actually, I'm not going to mention that right now because that's our future video. There are books that I know, like based on what I paid and what it goes for, like my net gain would be pretty ginormous. But at the same time, I also know if I let go of that book, I'm probably not going to see it again, especially for the price that I paid for.
Yeah,
So that's why it is a bit of a double-edged sword, especially if you're in the hobby and which we both are. Like I'm
yeah,
still very much a collector at heart. If I was strictly just a seller and I just was in it just for the money and I didn't really care about the books, these decisions would be a lot more easier. But the fact that I still like the hobby, I still am a collector, and I still have my own PC,
yeah,
it does make it tough when you start deciding which books to let go, which books to keep.
yeah,
Again, it's also in the mindset of hoping that those books do come back. But you
yeah,
also kind of you got to feel for it once you start buying a couple of collections, which books are more common. And some books that you think are rare are a lot more common, especially if you start getting into older collectors,
yeah,
so
for
to
sure,
speak.
man. Honestly, again, bringing up a good point here. Unless you part it out, you will likely never get market value for it all selling it at once, right? So,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
that's exactly the thing. Is I I I want to say, like, if I would have bought my cousin's collection, I could assure you I would have cherry picked some books, right? Like,
Yeah,
example, like I said, just the ASM run. You can grab early ASM first appearances. You can grab, first appearance ASM 300. It was a high grade, probably another 9.6. So you can make back some coin there. Then you can take his, I don't know, Captain America 100, which was a high grade, make another 2,000 there. You could do that, but again, there's certain books for myself where I'd have a hard time letting go of them, especially, I'm talking ASM right now. I'm
yeah.
being a Spidey guy, so obviously the ASM books having the highest value within his collection would be hard for me, right? Yeah, Marvel saying ASM's 300's first to go, but it's just to give you an example. I'm all for buying collections. I envy the way you're doing it because you're going into this with a mindset where you're looking at, okay, what am I getting for my buck here? You're gonna venture out, take a 6 hour drive, spend $200 on gas. Um,
No, no, whoa, it's not $200. I don't drive like I don't drive like an SUV. It's
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I drive an SUV, so I know the pain.
yeah,
But I'm just saying, like, you're factoring what you're willing to keep, kind of like right now with the the Gotham City, Gotham City, well,
the
sirens.
sirens. Yeah,
Jesus Christ. But you look at it for the value, and you paid $1,000. You bought it at $1 per book. You can clearly make back your money with some, majority of these books, should you maybe get them graded, to get a higher coin, or you can even sell raw. Even like I said, even if you sold at $1 per book, you factor, just keeping that book, you broke even.
and I'll add to that. The way I also look at it is when I look at a collection is like if worst case scenario, let's say I'm bedridden and I can't sell the collection. Let's
Oh,
just say that.
I'll come over. Don't worry.
Wait, wait, no, no, hear me out. Like I always look at it because I forgot who said it, but you also have to look at it as see if you can like basically you make your money back on the actual purchase. What
Yeah,
what I mean by that is if I was to buy like the books that I'm keeping, if I were to buy those individually, it's gonna be well over $1,000. So if I let's just say worst case scenario, I decide to keep the collection, I don't sell anything.
yeah,
From the savings perspective, I still saved on those books because, again, like I said, LCS was selling this for 300. That's like a third of what I paid
Yeah.
for. So, but again, obviously the goal is to kind of piece out what I need to recoup some of the, what I paid up front. But again, I always look at it as like, if I never sold the collection, will I still feel like a winner?
Yeah, no, and I shifted my mindset too. Not too long ago, I would say maybe about a year and a half ago, collecting a certain way where it's like, for so long, dude, I've been collecting since I was a kid, and then I stopped when I was playing music,
Mm-hmm.
but not cold turkey. I just, I really trimmed it down. Then after I got into it again, but a lot of books I picked up, I picked them all up at regular cover price. Like example, I use the Edge of Spider-Verse 2 as an example, but that was a book that I picked up at cover price. Did I pick up Secret Wars 8 at a cover price? No, I didn't because I wasn't even born. But
Yeah,
um
I think
there's
Dan did though. Dan did
yeah,
mention he picked that up a cover. Yeah.
but there's many books where, I looked at, you know, especially in COVID times, man, like a lot of these books popped, they exploded, and you know, I've purchased a good majority at that point, at that price point. But even those that I didn't, I always feel like I did okay. And I don't know. I'm just looking behind me and using other examples. Was like the Mega Mans, right? Remember I told you I picked up the Mega Mans at
Yeah.
$20 a pop, and I was happy with that. You go look at 9/8 and it's 300-400 bucks. So I'm happy with what I have in my collection. Although these are not for sale, at one point, should they ever go for sale, maybe when my kids take over, you know,
Mm.
I'll make sure to put it in detail before I start to feel a certain way with my body and be
Yeah.
like, dude, in case I clock out, here's what I think you should get for it. But yeah, man, I, I- I've shifted gears and just really being very extra selective on what I want within my collection and what I'm purchasing. And I can see you're doing the same. Like if you're gonna find a good deal, you'll be picking up. You're not buying into any of the FOMO stuff, um, which we see time and time again. Even now, even post COVID, like now, so many Deadpool books explode, and then we get speculation on characters,
Yeah.
and we go. So yeah, props to you. Props to you for this collection. I know you have way more, in the chamber ready to go. So looking forward to seeing those as well, man.
Yeah, and I'll end off on this one, because I mentioned this on the Kingpin's channel on Thursday, because you kind of mentioned this about your personal collection. Look, and I'm being genuine when I say this. I'm 100% content with the collection I have right now. If I was to let's say I walked away from the hobby right
Yeah,
this moment, I'm good. I feel like I did what I wanted to set up, what I set out to do, which was ultimately my goal book was that Hulk 181.
that's what I was just gonna ask you
Yeah.
next. Is did you achieve the final grail?
Dude, because when I got in the hobby 6 years ago, and then when I saw prices for Hulk 181, I was like thinking I'll never get that book. Just because at the time also it was a different mindset. For me, spending $30 on a raw book itself seemed ridiculous.
Yeah,
So for a book that's almost like four figures, that was like out of the question.
yeah.
It,
So
it yeah.
no, I was gonna say it's funny you say that because I've told you several times, like my collection is ridiculous now. Like I'm well over 10,000 books. I have no more space here. Like literally next to me is a wall of fucking long boxes and
Yeah.
short boxes. But what I'm aiming to do is obviously trim it out, right? I want to trim the fat, cut it down by at least half, take that money and start buying books I really care about for my collection.
Yeah.
My end goal, see, I could walk away and be like, yeah, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I like with what I have and I'm good to stop, but I'll never feel fully satisfied. Newbie Comics, example, managed to finally get his Tales of Suspense, right?
Right.
The first Iron Man.
Yeah.
Once he did that, you know, he achieved it, right? He achieved the Grail book that he's always wanted. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, what's next, right? What's next? I know for a fact I could sell my entire collection today, the entire thing, for a low grade AF-15, and I'd be more than happy to have just that one book behind me and say I did what I wanted.
I look. So I told a half truth. I still have goals, but the thing is, like, put it this way: my my actual ultimate goal was the Hulk 181. Now, I like you, I do have more longer term goals, but put it this way, I don't feel the urgency of those books like I did with the Hulk 181. Like I'll just put it out there right now. Like for me, for you it's the AF-15. For me, it's getting a TMNT one first print.
Yeah,
That is what's on the horizon for me. If I don't achieve it, I'm completely okay with it. Now, if that
the
opportunity
AF-15 I'm
arises,
not okay with.
yeah, listen, you probably have a better shot because I think the prices of those that book is kind of dropping a bit. So you actually
I
might.
hope so. And
Yeah.
I'd be only grade I'd be okay with accepting is a 1.5 simply because it's AF-15, right? I want the 150.
Oh, got it.
Not
Yeah.
the, not
Listen,
the
look, I've seen even 1.0s that look pretty decent. For me, as long as the front cover is very presentable, I'm okay with it.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Likewise. And I
Yeah.
don't think we'll be getting white pages, but
No, no, I think that's asking for much for a 1.0. But yeah, look, so goals are there, but and I guess the way I kind of spice things up in the hobby is just for me, it's just the general hunt. I always like just finding new stuff
yeah,
unexpectedly. That's what keeps me still in the hobby. If because I know you asked like what's next.
bro,
That was the question, right?
I know how you are, and you do it time and time again. Literally every week, you'll take a lunch break, go to the LCS, and we expect to get those photos of look what I just found, right? I think you thrive on that hunt, and we all do. I would assume majority of us do because
Yeah,
we're digging through long boxes, dollar bins, man, hunting what we want, hunting what we like, and then when we come across something that just magically pops up, you're like, holy shit! I can't believe I found this. Like I remember finding it was I picked it up for $2. Now, although it's not the biggest book, but it was Batman issue 2. The first the Court
Batman
of the
issue two.
Owls, was it Talon?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You showed me this book. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like I found it in the $2 bin,
yeah.
mint
I
condition,
remember.
and I'm like, holy shit! I was so excited, right? Like moments like that. I think
There's a
we all,
thrill, right? There's a
yeah,
thrill that you got. Yeah, no, and Ozzy said it best. Yeah, there is a bit of a. He's not lying. There is a bit of a dopamine hit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and honestly, that's kind of what kind of keeps me fresh. I stopped doing the whole Wednesday Warrior thing. I
Yeah,
think that was actually hurt. That actually probably, if I'm being honest, that actually probably almost put me out of the hobby in terms of chasing after spec books and all that. And I'm kind of glad I kind of stepped back from that.
that's the FOMO side of
Yeah.
things, right? Like example, I'll cover FOC stuff for
Mm.
with Lefteros and so forth, or New Comic Book Day. At no point is anybody saying go buy this, right? And I feel like there was a good time within the hobby, not a good time, sorry, but there was a portion when we look at COVID, right, where everything was spec related. Everybody was getting FOMO every
Yeah.
fucking week. It was intense, and people were doing exactly that, right? They were hunting what's the next big book because they were ready to, get the flip. It was really just for the flip. They wanted to make that coin. Sometimes, like you said, man, you might pick up that book. Yes, it's FOMO for Wednesday, but come Thursday, the price drops so hard, you're like, fuck, I'm stuck with this, right? And it happened more times than I guess most people anticipated. The FOMO bug, man, really it sent a lot of people out of the hobby. I watched people hop into the hobby because they saw the prices and then they hopped right out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I didn't over leverage myself in that, but I do have books almost as a reminder of some of my stupid purchases during the COVID
Virus.
era. Yeah, dude, I have several Virus and Black Winter books that's
Yeah.
still collecting dust. But look, you learn from your mistakes, and honestly, I'm at a good place right now in the hobby. Put
Yeah.
it that way.
So yeah, and that I think rather than getting frustrated and hopping out, remember what you fell in love with. Some people say that if you're collecting solely for whatever reasons, whether it be spec, whether it be covers, whether it be whatever it is, there's no wrong way of collecting.
Mhm.
You collect what you like. That's the reality. But I think once you come to a comfort zone of I'm finally collecting what I actually enjoy, then at that point you're not gonna fall out of love with the hobby whatsoever. And you also got to be realistic with yourself. Like, I'm a dad. I've got 2 kids. I have a house. I have cars. I have payments. Like I'm not gonna go buy AF-15 tomorrow. I could, but then after I don't have my rainy day money, right? And rainy days happen, guys. Those things happen. So
Yeah, and then we'll be taking the bus to Terrificon.
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, no, Terrificon is gonna be an adventure, my friend. I can't wait
Yeah,
for that.
the border is going to be an adventure. I can't wait for that.
I mean, if we cross the border, then yeah, I hope we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Listen, I totally hear you on that. And look, the funny thing is, our friendship was formed during that COVID era.
Yep.
We were in the thick of things during the whole speculative run of Virus Black Winter.
Mm,
That's where I actually met you and Pacino and Marvel. So it's almost like we kind of weathered the storm, and we at least came,
yeah.
unfazed, and we're better off for it.
Yeah, but I think people like us and many others came to their senses relatively fast, right? Some of
Yeah,
us got bit by the FOMO bug. We were picking up, dude. I remember when Stray Dogs was like the biggest fucking thing. Like people were spending stupid money on Stray Dogs,
it was a
and
good read, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't spend too much on that.
yeah, like dude, the ratios, like there was that the Crow
The
homage
Crow variant, yeah,
that
yeah,
like yeah, people went bananas over. They were spending like 60, 70, $80. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man?
yeah.
Like
Now it's like $10.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
and I think it was at those points where we were like kind of like taking a step back and like, dude, I didn't collect like this, right? So I think the people who were collecting prior kind of came to their senses a little quicker than those who came in during that time. But now, like I said, coming to your senses a little early and be like, no, dude, this is fucking up the way I feel about the hobby. And I would give it, friendly advice to people close to me who came into the hobby during COVID and be like, dude, don't bite this. Don't bite on this. Like, Thor books. It was, Mjolnir came to life or whatever. And I was like,
yeah.
why are we speculating on this? I don't understand. Like, why
Matt
are we
Gargan coming
doing it?
back as Scorpion.
Yeah. And I was like, I have my copies. Do I care for it? No, I'll sell it now. Like, first, what was it? Black Winter, right? Remember that?
Yeah,
Thor 5?
yeah.
I had a CGC 98. I saw people, blowing stupid coin. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to
Dude, a
off.
9.8, yeah, it was like $300, I think, at its peak.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
hit some crazy numbers. So I'm like, screw this. I'm going to offload it because, I don't want to, yeah, future pricing. Exactly. I don't want to hold on to this. If that's what people are willing to pay, hey, I'll undercut everybody and be like, here, take my copy. If you feel like you're getting a good price, it's all yours, man. And I'm gonna just come back to buy this when the time is right.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is, like I said, I think sometimes like, I'm personally, knowing myself, I'm one of those people that I need to make my mistakes to learn from them. I know some people do very well if you tell them not to do it. They're pretty good at that. I'm one of those people that I actually need to take some bumps and falls before I actually
Yeah.
straighten up. So I'm just glad it wasn't like a big financial hit. That's the only thing I'm grateful for. That I didn't over leverage myself during those COVID years.
Yeah, and
So
even if you did, there's nothing wrong with that, man. As long as you understand, you've come to understand, you learn, like
exactly,
you
yeah.
said, through your mistakes, and those of you who are still within the hobby, of course, just be more cautious. Take a step back and analyze. Like, today people are talking about this, tomorrow they're talking about that. How many books come and go, man? With Tosin, we could go on forever throughout the last
Tosin,
couple years.
Tosin, yeah, I remember Tosin. Yeah,
When I saw people going crazy for Black Panther 3, I was like, no,
did
what's
you
going
read?
on?
And that ratio, that 1 in 25, that went for like what, 600, $700.
Absolutely mind blowing. I
Yeah,
remember Mel V, man. Mel V was posting the shit out of that book, and even
yeah.
he was like mind blown. Like, there was a lot of people that were even putting up caution signs on social media, like slow down, right? Spider Boy, yeah. Like I love the character. I think Spider Boy is an awesome character. The current run is actually a good read. I'm enjoying it, taking it in for what it is. There's some cool
Mhm.
stuff happening in the issues that just came out, but to go bananas and spend heavy coin on Spider Boy, it was nuts. Look how fast that flooded the CGC census, man. Now it's well over 4,600 copies on the CGC census in a 9.
Yeah, like it's funny because one of our guys in our chat, he recently picked up a 9.8. He picked it up on the last day of a warehouse sale because nobody picked it up, and
Yeah,
it was already priced at like, I think he paid like $60 for it.
yeah. But
Because
that's fine.
for a 9.8, by the way.
Yeah,
So because it just shows you that anyone that wanted a copy already has a copy, or people just didn't care for it. So yeah, like I said, just like you said before, be careful what you spend your money on, and just make sure that, look, like Steve mentioned before, that he dropped his pull list to 3-4. My pull list is mainly TMNT stuff. I pay money for some of the ratios, like the upcoming TMNT. I know you mentioned on your show
Yeah,
how you feel like those ratios are going to tank. The thing is, I got a good deal for my shop on those ratios, and B, even if they tank, I'm a TMNT fan through and
you're
through. So
happy with it. Yeah,
I was gonna have those in the PC. So
yeah,
I was happy with the price I paid for them. Put it that
for
way.
sure, dude.
Even if the value goes down on those ratios.
My immediate reasoning for why I said what I said when we found out that TMNT had surpassed, I think it was 300,000 copies on pre-orders, right? On
Yeah,
FOC. First announcement was 150,000, and I already knew it was going to double that simply because we saw so many covers available, right? On Previews World. That's just Previews World. The
wait,
amount,
just to stop you right there, like,
yeah,
just to support your point, just to show you how many covers, you know, if you go to IDW's IG page, it seems like
I
every
was just going
day,
to say this. Yeah,
yeah, they have a new cover, and we're past regular covers, so they have enough days leading
yeah.
up to July 24th to showcase a new cover.
Exactly. Every single day they're showcasing. Now that's where I was headed with that. Is just on regular covers on Previews World, you had so many covers. I think there was maybe like 8 covers available. There's a 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50, 1 in 100. All of these ratios, it goes up to, I believe, 1,000, right? There's a 1 in 1,000.
No, no, it goes up to 1 in 500.
Okay,
Yeah,
500. Yes, it's a 1 in 500. Now, all of that, there's exclusives. Then I saw people that even we knew, people that we know within this YouTube community.
yeah,
You take Comic Con podcast, who has a kick-ass exclusive that's coming out, but
yeah.
there you go. They have to print 500 copies. You go to, I believe, was it Erod,
I,
the one by Ryan G. Brown or something?
it was either Gary. I don't know
Yeah,
if it
very
was
Gary,
Gary or
whatever.
Erod. Yeah,
Whatever, you have another one there, so you
yeah.
start looking around and you're like, okay, some of the boys now are the guys that we know within the community are making exclusives. And then you see IDW releasing exclusive. You're like, dude, there's going to be so many ratios hitting the secondary market that it's going to tank. It is going to tank.
Yeah, and that's the thing. My mindset, I'm not looking at these as investment pieces when I buy my TMNT books. Again, this is mainly for the PC. Not mainly, it is for the PC. And I just got those ratios because I just thought some of those covers were pretty cool, especially that Lee Bermejo 1 in
Yeah,
75.
sick.
So
But now you're going to have to commit because they're doing it.
that's the unfortunate part. I wish it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, not Turtles,
Yeah,
because I know for a fact the next 3 issues are connecting our theme cover, so I pretty much have to stick with those
1 in
ratios at least.
75. Yeah,
Yeah, at least until issue 4, and I
maybe
think they do.
5, maybe
Yeah,
5.
no, five. Apparently, they do
Yeah,
a group ratio. So at least until issue 5, I'm going to be on those high ratios,
yeah.
just for my OCD
Yeah, but
collecting
that's
sake.
another thing, man. Collecting and talking ratios, and we'll end it off on this because
Yeah,
we're getting completely off the rails. But
yeah,
be 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 cautious. Take a look at these. Marvel's doing this thing with the second printings hitting 1 in 25s. The second print, nobody gives a shit. The facsimiles, right? Nobody gives a shit about the actual facsimile. They want the incentive. So the 1 in 25 on a second print will have some value, but the actual regular book don't. It's not even worth buying at that point unless you just want it for the collection. You look at books that drop. Pay attention to the exclusives. See if
mhm.
there are exclusives attached to it if you want to hit those ratios, right? If you're going to invest in a ratio, do your homework, man. Just do your homework before you buy up.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're right. The telltale sign of ratio tanking is if you see like abundant exclusives for that particular book. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely be on the lookout for those. But yeah, listen, we're a little over an hour and a half. Been a good conversation post. I know we start off talking about my comic collection review, and we ended up going into a discussion on FOMO and
Everything else. Yeah.
everything
But
else. But honestly, this is why I like having you on the show. Like we kind of go on off on these tangents.
yeah. Well, just to give everybody in the chat, behind the scenes, this is pretty much what me and Hyper do behind the scenes. We log off
Yeah,
We finish the shows and we talk shit like this. So there you go.
and I'll give a shout out to Uncanny Swag. We're
Swag.
almost about to wrap up, but dude, appreciate you hopping on. Definitely check him out on Spinetics on Saturday.
Yeah,
And
and
yeah,
hold on. Speaking spine ticks, guys, I
what's up?
know everybody's familiar with spine ticks. Everybody loves spine ticks. But guys, just if in case you missed it, Spine Ticks now has a new channel dedicated for their Saturday shows. It's Spine Ticks
Yes,
Live. So go subscribe, show some love because the original Spine Ticks channel is taking off completely in a whole other direction. Still doing some awesome things. So definitely subscribe to both. But yeah, just make sure you're following the Spine Ticks Live.
for sure, for sure. I was unaware that they had it. I thought they weren't doing a show on Saturday until, like you mentioned, that they went on a
Yeah.
new channel. So yeah, definitely. If you need info on that, check out at Sith Warrior Spinetics Instagram page on YouTube or on YouTube. They should have the new link posted.
Yeah.
Ozzy, I don't know if we'll be able to do this every Monday because, dude, put it this way: just getting me and BC together for this show was a bit of a task, just because he's very busy and then I'm doing my thing. So trust me, we will be doing this. Maybe not regularly, but I will definitely have BC on again, and we'll definitely have another comic talk.
Yeah.
Um,
Hyper
yeah,
and anybody whoever wants me on their shows. I'm free after 9. The kids go to bed at like 8:30, 8:45. So 9 o'clock, I'm good.
that sounds almost like an invite. Like I'm free
No,
after nine.
that's me
I'm
telling
free
you. If
after
you
nine.
want, if you
That
want to
should
do
be
this
like your
again, if you want to do this again, 9 p.m., we're good to go.
that should be like your OnlyFans slogan. I'm free
Yep.
after nine.
There you go.
Yeah, but listen, guys, appreciate all of you that tuned in, whether on the live or on the rewind. Like I said, I'm back. This is my first live in 9 months. I'm going to be doing um, another. There's a couple of unboxings that I have to do that I kind of have lined up. So regarding the future of the channel, I'm just going to give a brief synopsis. Going back to Baker's um, comment about video games, I will be posting video game clips again on SF and Mortal Kombat. Now, I'm juggling between either doing it on this channel or I might do my own separate hyper combo gaming, just because I know that algorithms
Yeah.
apparently they favor more when you're a niche. So if I was like a comic channel and I started doing gaming, it kind of throws the algorithm off.
But
So
but
yeah,
I do want to remind you, and I do want to put it out there that no matter what decision you make, if you're gonna do Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, whether it be this channel or you start a new channel, I just want you to know I bought a PS5 and I'm willing to kick your ass on any channel. So it's an open challenge.
listen, you guys heard it here first. So he threw the gauntlet down. So we
Yep.
listen. We're gonna now you can't back out. So you
I
put it
ain't
on the
backing out.
airwaves. So yeah. So now we will
Fuck
have to
you
make it
it.
happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Future news on the channel. You guys will hear from me on IG. What's coming down the pipeline. But yeah. For now, I'm just gonna leave you guys with thank you for tuning in, and listen. I'm gonna sign up. Actually, wait. Where are my manners? BC, let the people know where they can find you. I should see again. This is what happens when you don't do live for a
It,
while.
it's fine. The people know. And for those of you who don't, just subscribe to my YouTube channel right there, Blakk Crown Comics.
There you
And
go.
yeah, I go live every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And many of you, almost all of you here in the chat, man, I appreciate all of you because you all swing by on Sundays, man. So it's I'm happy to see you all here tonight with Hyper as well. I would love to, but this guy right here doesn't even like my kids. He totally disrespected my kids for months, guys. Just to give you some backstory, I purchased Mario RPG through this man for my oldest son, who asks me every almost every day, every week, like, "Hey, Daddy, are, are you getting Mario?" No, because this
Wait,
guy right,
is that literally what he asks you?
I swear to God, he keeps asking because he saw the little marshmallow guy, right, Malo,
Yeah.
and he wants to play it now. He just wants to play it. He watches the trailer over and over on the Switch on the fucking TV because he just wants to play the game. But no, you're holding out on my son. You are holding out on my son. You
There
heard
you
that
guys have
live
it.
on the fucking
There you
wave.
guys have it. Hyper Combo Comics hates kids.
Yeah, there you go. April 21st was yeah. We
What the
determined
hell?
when
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to put Marvel on a timeout after this. All right. Anyways, but before he starts incriminating myself any further, I'm gonna probably end off the stream just shortly. And listen, just going to bid everyone a good night. And
Yeah. Appreciate you, buddy.
yeah,
Take care, guys.
let's not make this a trend. But
Yeah.
yeah, have a good night. And I, it's unfortunate this is the last comment that we're ending the stream off with. But
It's fantastic. And it's
yeah,
facts.
but listen, guys, as always, if you're too broke to buy comics, visit your local library.
Man, I missed that, sadly. Now.